I'm Cecil Roth. I'm from Wilson, North Dakota.
And where do you work?
Work at Agency MABU,
And what's your job title?
art director, but graphic designer. I went to a few different schools. Went to Wilson State College and then to Morehead State and finished my degree at Jamestown College.
And what was your degree in?
It was in fine arts, in drawing and painting.
Okay. So what do you do in your job?
Wow, a lot of different things. Let's see, build websites, work with our account and also our other graphic designers to, just put together whatever design project we're working on, our advertising project.
How many hours do you normally work in a week?
About 40 hours.
More? Do you ever work more? Do you ever work less?
Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little bit less, but you could say like 35 to, 41 hours a week.
Do you take work home with you?
Sometimes. I've worked here a while, so the situation's a little bit different, but typically you wouldn't at our agency.
How would you describe the pace at which you work?
Sometimes we can have quite a few projects, just kind of, they all have the same deadline, and then other times it's a bit slower, so it's not rushed.
How has your education prepared you for your career?
Education, did pretty well. When I went to Morehead State, I took some graphic design courses, but I also took painting and drawing there, which, they actually helped out. Just the drawing ability kind of helped with concepting, and, some of the other courses that I took, just generals, were kind of interesting too.
Have you worked in other jobs like this?
Yeah, I had did some freelance and also worked at the newspaper.
Why did you choose this career?
Because I always drew well, always liked reading and kind of trying to understand what people are trying to say. Well, whenever they published anything, and that's kind of how I got into it.
And when? When did you decide on this career?
This career, well, I guess when I started working here, but before that, I guess kind of in high school, I just kind of had a feeling that this was my strong suit, so that's why I did it.
What goals do you have in your career?
Career goals?
Career goals.
Boy, I wish I would have had these questions earlier.
Huh?
Just to basically work as, I'm working as an art director, but probably as a creative director, just help, whatever company we're working with or whatever organization, just help them achieve their goals.
What do you think it takes to be successful as a graphic designer?
A lot of work. There's a lot of, there's a need to write well, a need to work with others. That's probably a big thing, and, just this need to kind of understand other people. On top of, knowing your programs, knowing what looks good, all that stuff. So it seems to be more of the other communication skills that really can help.
Just a personal question. Do you think you have to be born with that creativity piece to be able to be a graphic designer? And almost like an artist, it comes natural to you. You even said in high school you felt like that was your strong suit.
Maybe not. I mean, there are a lot of people in graphic design that, studied something else, whether it's engineering or, I've heard of architects and, just anything. I mean, you kind of have to have a little bit, and, graphic design is it's a lot of message too, so there are a number of people that might not be the best computer designers or know the programs super well, but they can also contribute.
Do you travel for your job?
Not so much, not really.
And when you do, what are you doing?
When I do
Do
travel?
you travel to clients or?
Oh yeah, sometimes. When you said travel, I was thinking around the country.
Oh.
But in town, yes.
Well,
Get to meet with clients.
Do you travel to Fargo or do you go do projects? I mean, do you go out like Beth does sometimes? Or?
A couple times. Other people in the agency probably do a little bit more. They might be a designer that, does video a bit more, so they'll work on, just any type of interview, kind of like what you're doing, or, just like a video shoot.
Do you work independently or on a team?
Both. Some projects are kind of, um, we need to get this done right now, and just put something together, put an idea together. And other times it's kind of like, well, we really need to, think this through, so let's have a few people work together on this.
And any advice that you would give to a high school student who thinks might be interested in graphic design?
Yeah. Um, Work hard.
Okay.
That's about it.
Are there any classes they can take?
Classes they can take? Yeah, I think if your school offers them, but online there's all sorts of opportunities to just see what other people are designing, or to even, take tutorials.
Yeah, even writing classes.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, because your ability to work with others is probably, that's going to be the biggest factor in your success.